GT freeze, and we're just going to get the ball going. Muted, thank you for the heads up. Right, thank you guys, thank you for joining me. I'm Josh from the SimGrid Commercial Director. Joining me later on is going to be James Parker. We've had a few technical gremlins tonight, which is why we're late. Apologies guys, but we are here now finally, you can see on screen. We're going to be doing a preview of the British GT DLC. Like you see, Donington Park, we'll have Snetterton and Oulton Park. We'll be racing on 2 of those circuits tonight. First race is in some GT4s, and the second race is going to be in some GT3s. And yeah, we're really excited to show the DLC with you guys. Obviously at the SimGrids, you know, we're hosting a whole range of events as we come up through February, including, I think there's some races at Snetterton and Donington Park. So tonight guys, there'll be very little of me kind of on screen. You won't have to see my face. It'll be mostly just on-track content. We've got just over 5 minutes of free practice left. We'll have James Parker from the Coach Dave Academy in my ear giving us some pointers, kind of talking through the circuits and his thoughts. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. World Cup Season 2, indeed. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in chat, and we can definitely run through them and kind of answer any questions that you can. If you're going to ask about the pricing, I don't have a pricing information at the moment, but everything you see on screen, you guys are welcome to have a look at and share and that kind of stuff. But yeah, with that being said, guys, let's get ourselves onto the race. So we're in the Porsche GT4 for our first race, as you can see, and then we got the Bentley Continental for our second race. So we're just going to get suited in for free practice, kind of get a feel of what's going on, kind of show you guys about the circuit, and we'll roll from there. If you guys have any issues with anything like audio levels or anything like that whatsoever, then be sure to let us know, and we'll get the ball rolling with you guys. So obviously the British GT DLC, mimicking the British GT Championship. We already have so many championships at ACC, alongside obviously, you know, the international championships and with the GT4s as well. And it's going to be really exciting to kind of see the development of these circuits. I have had some limited testing so far on these tracks. I must say that first impressions are particularly that Oulton Park, force feedback's very strong around there, but it's good sensation, especially the curbage. Donington Park feels really nice as well, and Snetterton has had some real work put into it as well. And it's always great to see with Kunos, you know, the amount of effort and time that they put into each of their circuits. It really does look the part and rewards users with their experience. We had, because of the technical gremlins, we are slightly late in starting, like I said, and consequently means we're going to be slightly out of practice as well, but I'm not too worried. I'm sure we'll get to grips quickly, and particularly once we've got James Parker, obviously the head of setups over at the Coach Dave Academy, to walk us through it. Now, admittedly, when I did a lot of my practice around here, it wasn't the GT3s, it was the Lamborghini actually, and obviously handles quite differently compared to in the GT4. So we'll see how we get on. I think if we can start by just getting some track time, getting some laps in, getting a feel, we should be okay. If you need volumes turned up or anything like that, then like I say, let us know. That's why you don't try and read the chat whilst you're streaming. I think we'll just quickly park this up here and return to garage, see what we can do. Track's 26 degrees, so it's pretty warm, but it's not too bad. It's kind of optimum. We should probably drop some fuel out as well. That's probably not not helping matters at all, and we'll see how that treats us. Obviously got a few notable members of the community in here tonight. Obviously Yaroslav Honslik, Mr. Niels Naujoks from G2 Esports is there as well. Then of course we've got Gergo and Aristoteles from Kunos. Dan Suzuki is in here. We've got Sean Cole as well. We got a plethora of content and plenty of people to keep us company tonight. So like I say, guys, if you've got any questions or anything you want to see tonight whilst we're running through the event, then please let me know. And I think we're just gonna have to jump straight into qualifying, I'm afraid, which wasn't how we wanted things to go, but we will survive. Great to see all the support in chat tonight, guys. Great to see you all here. Obviously be sure to get yourself signed up to the SimGrid if you haven't already, where you can follow all of our content, see what races we've got coming up, and get yourself involved. For those of you who maybe missed it today, we announced that we're bringing in virtual competition online organization, VCO, who are some extremely talented people in the world of esports. They're producing some really great content and an established brand. They're going to be partnering with the SimGrid for the SimGrid by VCO World Cup. So $25,000 prize pool across, we just announced our calendar today actually, across 5 rounds, and it's really going to be awesome. So it's exciting to have all you guys here along for the journey, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you on track, especially when we come to the brand new DLC. Got Roman Monti here as well. So we wait just for the clock to tick down on practice. Just over 2 minutes and 20 wait time left. And we've obviously got Paul Jeffrey there as well. So if there's anyone in chat that you guys recognize, if you've got any favorite fans, then maybe let us know of your favorite drivers in the comments. Quite a wide range of content in terms of cars on tonight. Obviously you can see we've got anything from the Alpine through to the Chevy, the Jeanetta's in there, quite a few McLarens as well, quite a lot of Astons also, and then a couple of Porsches. We're at the back at the moment, but I am sure we will be okay. Right, here we go. So 15 minutes of qualifying. And let's see what we can do. Pit lane is very busy already, and we'll see what we can achieve here tonight. There's Dan Suzuki just ahead of us.
There's a slow car ahead.
And something that you guys may notice, you'll see it particularly in the bottom left-hand corner, just below the live timing there, as we see a very sideways Chevy, is that they've actually updated the UI, so you can see we've got a session timer in the bottom left-hand corner now, as well as the number of laps left and our last lap time. So quite handy there. There's been a few adjustments to the UI across, which you can kind of see. And it's also the same for the throttle and brake pedal and the kind of the force feedback section in that bottom right hand corner of your screen as well. Mine's just slightly outshot, but you'll see it yourselves when the update comes out. Like I say, this is, in GT4s at least, these are my first few laps around here, so we'll see what we can achieve. Don't expect it on pole, at least I'm not anyway, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, very late on the brakes in turn 1. And actually, just right on cue, to be fair, something that we've learned kind of with the DLC tracks is the track limits are are quite strict. I believe Aris was explaining this beforehand, that the way in which the off-limits sensors are calculated for British GT is slightly different to what we'd normally expect in ACC with some of the other series, GT World Challenge. So yeah, make sure that you're not cutting corners or track extending. I know it's certainly something I get pinged for quite often, but something else that we'll probably see tonight at Oulton Park is just the strength of those curbs. Like I say, it's quite the curbs are quite strong around here and really can, yeah, send the car. So maybe for some of the heavier GT4s and GT3s like the Chevy, the Bentley, that kind of thing may benefit being able to absorb those a bit better, whilst the likes of your KTMs and anything that's quite light will probably struggle, I imagine. But you can see we've obviously got a wide range of talent joining us tonight. I believe there's some of the ACC beta testers as well, part of their team, alongside the Kunos staff, and obviously the influencers, and then our humble self on behalf of the SimGrid as well. So see how that goes. And Mr. Honzik is behind us, who has been topping the timesheet so far. So I have a feeling we're going to be a bit of a moving chicane for this guy, but we'll see what we can do.
What have I entered, Josh?
Hello, James. You're live on stream, buddy.
Hello. I know, I'm watching the stream.
I was simply explaining that tonight we've got two different races. The first one's a GT4 at Oulton Park, and the second one's a GT3 race at Donington. And, well, I guess as soon as you're right on cue, I was just kind of also mentioning about the technicalities of each of these circuits. You know, Donington, Snetterton, and Oulton Park, obviously fan favourites amongst many Brits. What's your kind of opinion of the three circuits?
I think Oulton's going to be a really challenging one for pressures and pressure losses and keeping, and your pressures are actually low, Josh, by the way, on the left hand side.
Perfect.
I just don't. Oulton's going to be good for hot lapping, but is it going to actually produce good racing? That's what I'm worried about in faster cars. Donington's going to be mega, and Snetterton, my home circuit, is one that I'm looking forward to. So, I think Snetterton will produce the most even racing, because the track's got a bit of everything. Donington will be best for multi-class, and Oulton will be the best to basically hot lap round. A bit like Zandvoort, that kind of thing.
That's true, because the tracks are very kind of similar in nature, aren't they, Oulton and Zandvoort?
Yeah. A lot of elevation change, a lot of blind crests, a lot of horrible corners that can bit you out. This one, you know. Have you driven Oulton Park in real life, Josh?
Never in real life, no. I've visited it once, my first time, just before lockdown.
Yeah.
But never driven it before.
Yeah, it's challenging, really challenging. But yeah, how does it drive? I'm not driving. You're driving. How does it drive?
Yeah, it's good. I was just alluding to the fact earlier that the curbs, like you're kind of saying, the curb strikes are quite powerful around here, and the few offline races I did with AI multi-class, it was very tricky to get past. So it kind of punishes you if you get it wrong, which is just like Zandvoort, really, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Your pressures, your rear left is bad.
Okay. We will. We'll box
in
this
fact,
lap.
your right side needs to come up a bit as well, mate. You're also running with 10 laps of fuel. Did you know that?
I do, mate. This is my first laps in a GT4 around here, so I was just going with the motion. We'll put this lap on the board, then we'll box.
It's quali, mate. We've got to optimise.
Well,
Optimise, mate. Top 5 in quali.
Top 5.
Got to nail it. Oh, that is those track cuts.
We've had a few of those tonight. All right. So
How long? How long until you get a DT on the exit of turn 1?
this is
Because
it.
that curb, the runoff is so tempting, isn't it?
Exactly.
To use.
The chat are saying Mr. Setup Wizard himself has appeared. So there you go, mate. Work your magic, mate. Talk me through the setup. Maybe you can take us behind the
Gandalf of
eyes.
ACC.
Yeah, maybe people can learn some things.
Let's have a look. So, what are you struggling with, mate?
The car is very wobbly at the moment. It's kind of like Jello. You know, it's not really doing much at the moment. Just wobbling about.
We'll bump the pressures up to be just below 27 anyway. Hot. That
Okay.
will make it feel much better. For one. I mean, you've only got 6 minutes, so this is going to be Crash Course 101. What's your mechanical grip? And I haven't even driven the track yet, mate, so I have no idea.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah. Mate, yeah, the rear arb needs to come up a lot.
Okay, so like what, to 3 maybe?
Go 4.
Go 4. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the diff? Can we drop that at all, or are we gonna suffer?
Or are you struggling for, are you struggling for rotation?
No, but more rotation's better, right?
In quali, yeah, okay. Go down 1 click to 30.
Yep.
If you want more response with the Cayman on low fuel, definitely soften the arb and increase the spring rate by 1 click.
Okay.
Go, yeah, left-hand side as well, mate. Forget. No, I need the front spring, sorry. Leave the rear alone.
No worries, okay. So 11.6 and 11.6, yeah?
I would even drop it lower. Because with the stiff spring, no, on the rear only. Go down 1 click on the rear.
No worries.
On the rear.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know if it's today in the stream. Cause,
I think it is. I think it is.
Okay. Did you soften the front arb? You didn't. It's still on 3.
Yes, you'd like that to 2, mate. And then
Yes,
should we
please.
look at some aero
Go wing.
balance?
Go wing. Go wing.
Okay, so we got 2 in
Wing. Max wang.
Max Wang.
Max wang.
Okay.
Go full splitter.
Full splitter. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, go full splitter. And or thinking.
Brake ducts are quite. Can we close those off a bit?
For quali you can. For the race you want to leave them open.
Okay. I'll go down 1 click.
I would bump the right height. I'm trying to think what we've done at other circuits that are similar here. For philosophy, put that up to 118.
118. There you go.
On the right height.
Perfect.
We're not going to have time to look at the dampers or anything like that. So
That's
literally
right,
just
mate.
fuel.
Oh,
Go fuel.
Yes. Fuel and strategy.
Cool.
Let's go like what? 15
Fuel.
liters.
No, go 10 liters.
Okay.
Well, actually, go less than that. Go 8 because you've only got 4 minutes.
Right. And then we'll give it a spin.
Go for it.
So there you go, folks. If you want to book yourself some coaching, you can do it at the Coach Dave Academy. Equally, James and his lovely crew have built some amazing setups for near enough all the cars these days, isn't it, James? It's
12 GT3s, 6 GT4s, Porsche Cup, Super Trofeo. Yeah, a lot. And then when Aris decides to drop a physics update, it keeps us busy for months, obviously, because the cars accumulate.
so
I mean, yeah, let's see what happens, mate. It's going to take you a lap to get the tyre pressures up because it's GT4 and temperatures, so it's only going to be... What are you going to have enough for 2? What's your average lap? 143. Yeah, you'll be fine, won't you? You'll be fine?
we will, mate. We need to believe.
We'll be fine. 2. You can probably do 2. 2 flyers. And we'll go.
So whilst I set the world alight and put it on pole position, do you want to kind of give maybe the people watching some insight into how the Coach Dave Academy kind of approach when you get new tracks? Because obviously last time out we had Imola, but this time we've got a few more circuits, don't we?
Yeah, that wasn't... How tricky was that? Yeah, so essentially we take a baseline that's similar to the new track. So to be fair, a Zandvoort baseline round here would be very, you know, a very good base to choose from. Obviously, something like Snetterton, that's a very flat circuit. It's obviously on an airfield with not many punishing curbs. You'd use something like Misano. Donington is a bit tricky, but we'd use a relevant baseline. We'd compare it back to back with a Kunos default setup, and then use that baseline to start testing. So, yeah. Well, I mean, when you've got so many setups and so many tracks at your disposal, and obviously a plethora of engineering data, you can just pick and choose what you feel is best when you've got no reference. You know, these brand new tracks are basically a clean slate for everyone, aren't they? So
this is very true.
It's a chance to basically reset and try and find your feet. So I'm very looking forward to it, to be fair. It's this looks like an absolute riot to drive, this track, for instance.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see many people binning it into the gravel the first few laps at the hairpin.
I think what's going to surprise me is the amount of time that can be gained through the curbs, you know?
Yeah.
If you have that confidence.
Well, with GT4s, mate, you can really smash, even cars like the Cayman, you can really smash and abuse curbs. It's like Zolder, you know, the first chicane is basically non-existent. It's just like a bit of a kink, the first chicane at Zolder for a GT4 car.
Sure.
We're 2/10 up, which is a good sign on the first lap.
I mean, the car feels better.
That's good to hear.
Driver could do with some work, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, missed the apex there, mate. Just saying.
Leaving it for the viewers. If you want more, like and subscribe to see apexes.
Yeah, as soon as you start donating, we'll start hitting apexes. Yeah.
All right, we're at 10th up. All right, so at this stage, there's more time. There's more time in the car.
Loads more time,
Oh,
mate.
it's breaking into there. The car just feels like it wants to push away from you.
Yeah, it's going to take second lap. This is, yeah, it takes 2 laps, mate, for the tyres to come in, generally on GT4 cars.
Oh, okay.
With the lack of tyre warmers, so... We'll see how it progresses across the lap now, because they should be coming into the window. Oh, he gave 4/10 there.
I can always remember watching touring cars around Alton Park, and it always produced such good racing, didn't it?
The Duke videos from the Super Touring era. Oh god, I used to literally watch them on repeat as a kid. I remember John Clennan losing it actually here in one of the races in '97, I think, or '96. I remember a big shunter in the barrier before the bridge. Yeah. I think it was '97 actually. Oh. Where does this put us, mate? You going good half a second there, look?
Yes, we gained nothing, mate, I'm afraid, on the standings.
Oh. How many laps have you actually done of Alton, though, in a GT4? It's his first
7 laps, which is the equivalent of is literally the amount in this session.
There's literally no point doing any setup work then, because you're probably just learning the track as you go at the moment. Well, it puts you in the mixer, mate, a little bit. Look.
Who have we got around us? Paul Jeffrey, Dan Suzuki.
But you got Panky just ahead of you as well.
Exactly. Take it easy in lap 1, especially turn 3. There you go, you see? But there's just so much time to be gained for this chicane. It's
amazing.
right in the
Yeah,
dead
well,
zone.
you had an awful exit from that chicane on your best lap, so that's not a harsh criticism, by the way. It's
No,
just
it's okay, mate. It's
what
okay.
happened. So
I think we've driven together often enough that I need the honesty, mate. I need the honesty.
Mr. Pizza is
I
P1.
know, pineapple
Who
on
is
pizza. Never.
who is that? Is that just someone running as a different alias?
I think so. I think so. Right, we got a 20-minute race.
Okay. What's your fuel usage a lap?
Good question.
Do you want me to work this out properly?
Yeah, let's go for it. I would check on stream, but I can't see.
You need to go to your fuel your setup page.
What do you mean? Where are we at?
I think it was two liters a lap, wasn't it? I think on average. That
Yeah.
you're using per lap.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Cool. And let's be generous and say you've got to do a 1:43 race pace on average, and it's a 20-minute race, yeah.
Yeah.
It says 25 liters, so just stick 30 in, I guess, or 32 to be.
Well, I saw
Safe.
Mr. Honsick saying he's taking 35, but is the Chevy that much more?
Yeah, it's thirsty, isn't it? Thirsty girl. So I just go 35, mate. Then if you want to be really safe,
Yeah,
or 32, 32 or 35.
We'll go
you know,
35.
Not to make too much difference.
35. All right, and how long we got left? A minute.
See one of the messages in the chat. Is Chuck Norris in the race as well?
Where's Chuck Norris? Oh, he is. Chuck Norris is in P23. There he is, the man himself. We've got time here. I could roll a Coach Dave advert if I want. No, I shouldn't. Shouldn't do that to viewers.
No.
Let's build the suspense, guys. Where are we gonna finish?
Let's do
P15 to. I don't know.
Let's go, mate. If you've done 7 laps in a GT4 at Alton Park, let's keep it modest and let's go top. Let's go top 10.
Okay.
Top
fair,
10.
Fair.
Just no destroying people on lap 1, I guess, will be the motto.
No touring cars.
No touring cars.
No, that's fair.
Not with ACC's netcode.
I was saying, I don't know if you spotted, but in the bottom left-hand corner now, below the live timing, not live, well, yeah, the relative, I should say. There's now a last laps and time of session left. Like a little indicator, and they've updated the UI just underneath the gears and stuff on the right, but can't see that just now, I don't think. But
No, that's because you're on triples, isn't it? Is that why?
yeah, correct. In fact,
okay.
but it's nice to see.
I quite like that though.
Mm.
Yeah, I quite like that because does that mean that the time left and stuff for your stint is still up top left, or is it going to move bottom left as well?
Good question. I think we'll find out in race 2 because there's a pit stop and a mandatory time and stuff. So maybe that'll fit in. Maybe we'll find out from that.
The chat are not having the same kind of optimism as I am about your finishing position, by the way. Everyone's saying nearest tree.
I love it. Love the optimism.
This is they don't have any faith in you, mate.
It's okay. It's okay. I will practice on beta.simgrid.com in the daily races. That's where I will practice.
That is, I imagine there'll be plenty of days where this is, well, just be on repeat, won't they?
Yeah,
These new
I
tracks
think for the first
for
couple of
people
days.
to learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice. Oh. Actually, quite a diverse grid. I was expecting it to just be Aston and Porsche.
To be fair, we do have a lot of Astons. So,
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah.
I've muted the stream so I don't hear myself. I assume you're smashing the brake pedal at the moment.
Every so
Getting some
often,
temperature.
yeah.
Cool.
Dragging the brakes, basically.
I just don't want to hear myself on the stream. I hate my own voice.
Ah, can we get a like in chat
Yeah.
for James to love his voice? Oh, actually, something to let you know is the barriers at Alton Park. You can now knock them out of the way. the tyre barriers. So you'll see as we come through here on the right hand side of the screen, just ahead there, that's the tyre barrier that was on the apex.
Does it give you any damage?
Good question.
You tested that?
I honestly haven't hit it yet, but I've watched the AI and other people hit it.
Okay, it'd be interesting to know if it gives you like a lot of damage or like a solid object, or whether it's just like well, they're like weightless and you just knock them out of the way of the car.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because you could exploit that a little bit in some ways. Cut the corner a bit if you've got a track limit warning in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I advocate that, of course. Are you running a British GT livery, by the way?
I believe so. It was one of the ones on option, because obviously it brings new liveries as well. I think it's 40.
Yeah, it's a big big update on that front.
Sure.
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
I'll just cruise on by.
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Oh, here we go.
We'll get racy. We'll get racy.
Yeah, get the elbows out, mate.
Oh. But this is the thing about Wilson, isn't it? It's, you're going to have to be so patient to make your moves.
Stanford 2.0, mate. You
Yeah.
literally, once everyone's in their position, unless a mistake happens, you are following the leader.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Got Paul Jeffrey on our inside here. He's a wise man, he is. Somebody's off.
Yeah.
On the left. Clear on the left.
Nice. P14.
Solid start. Maybe a top 10's on the cards.
Did you check the difference in ambient temperature from quali to race, by the way?
I'm afraid I didn't, mate. I didn't.
Is that a negative?
It's a negative
on
coach.
that? Oh. Let's hope your pressures are good then, mate.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's yeah, we'll see.
Oh. Yeah, Panky's only one car up the road now.
There's a little bit of a drop as you come down that hill there that you can kind of feel.
Oh, in the force feedback?
Yeah, which is quite interesting.
But quite a lot of negative camber in the hairpin, so you might be able to run around the outside of someone if you get a run.
Okay. We'll be sure to try that out on stream. Successfully
Yeah.
or unsuccessfully, we shall try it.
Just a thought. Bit like Zandvoort T1.
Oh, yes. Oh, big curve.
Well, you're only 3 seconds off the top 10, mate.
Okay, so we
16 minutes to go. This is reasonable, Will. This is achievable.
reasonable. We should probably look to start moving forward at some point, I suppose.
Can't rest on our laurels, mate.
This is it.
What's the race pace looking at? 43.7.
We got time in there. Just need to. So I guess that's going to be kind of crucial here in terms of when you're setting up your car, is being able to get that kind of initial purchase and drive off the corners, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, there's very few aero corners on this track. It's all mechanical response. You know, that kind of stuff. You want a nice draggy car because you've got barely any straights to utilise low wing. You want braking stability.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks in terms of tyre wear and of course it doesn't look like it's going to be too punishing in terms of you know, murdering one set over the other. You know, one side. I mean, so left or right hand side tyres are going to be suffering. Looks pretty even on that front. I know it's a clockwise circuit, but you've got nice gaps between most of the corners. So your left-hand side tyre shouldn't be that. Well, it shouldn't cry that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be... I mean, you'll know, if you do an hour stint round here in a GT3 car, you'll know about it at the end, won't you? It's going to be...
Yeah, for sure. The force feedback around here is... It's unlike anything else on any other track on ACC. It's quite a weird sensation.
So it's unique?
It's definitely...
You've got no other reference?
No.
Interesting. You're definitely quicker than this guy, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a case of trying to find a way past at the moment. Kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, that might...
I would lower ABS, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, get in there. Oh yeah, go down to 1 on the ABS.
There we go. Oh, that's traction control. Uh-oh. Let's, oh.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's go back up. Oh,
Go 2 on traction and then 1 on the ABS.
Okay.
It's very, very important on the Porsche. It's got such a simple ABS system on the car that when you trigger it, it basically stops all braking performance. So you've got to try and stay around the threshold of the ABS.
Got you.
It's a momentum car, mate.
So this is one for you then. We've just been notified we've got a pressure loss at the left rear. What can people be
We're
doing?
7 minutes in.
You know, hypothetically, if people who try at the DLC find that they are experiencing this kind of stuff, what kind of driving can they do to avoid it? Because obviously you kind of need to take the curbs to be quick around here, right? You
do. I would just overpressure the tyres that are going to take the most punishment, because then you factor that in at the start. If you factor it in at the start, you know that you can take a couple of pressure losses and still be in the window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just start the race over pressure whatever tyre it is that is consistently losing pressure in practice or qualifying, and in that way you can't really accommodate the setup towards it because it's purely based on driving. If you take chunks of grass and curb a lot, you're going to get pressure losses. You know, it's impossible to avoid. So yeah, over pressure, the problem tyre or tyres, and then in a stint you then save the risk of a puncture or a massive underinflation.
That makes sense. There's that right-hander there. If you take the curbs kind of straight on, if you try and cut straight across it, it's not very happy. It definitely
no.
bites back.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
It's almost like you've got to hook the curb, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh, two people off.
Oh, big crash. Aris is done.
Back end just stepped out there.
We're in the weeds.
John Deere sponsorship on the way.
How's your bias, mate? Brake bias 54.
Yeah, it's going to move it forward, 54.6.
Yeah. Just try not to trail it too much in that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the brake. Just try and get your braking done early, and then carry as much momentum as you can
Mm.
in coast. Because if you're trying to brake and let the diff do its work, it's just going to make it a bit snappy. You know that extra rotation you ordered in quali? Well,
Can't deliver it.
it's delivering now. Yeah, mate. Yeah, we were 10 then. That was our target.
It's alright, mate. We got time. We got 10 minutes. Oh, we're not even halfway through this race.
No. I wonder which community is going to be savage enough to do like a big multi-class race round here first.
Well, this could be, yeah, could be quite horrible if you have like a 50-60 car grid.
Oh, can you imagine? And it's raining or it's night.
Oh,
Round a narrow Alton Park.
this could definitely be a real test of driver around here, couldn't it? Oh,
Yeah, oh yeah.
that's a big curb.
Yeah, you've got Paul Jeffrey back on your six, mate.
I feel like Bambi on ice when I drive a new circuit. You know, his
It's because the muscle memory isn't there, like
exactly.
the timings.
But obviously the DLC is due to drop tomorrow, so there'll be plenty of action going on, I'm sure. Not the sim grid, we got loads planned on this weekend.
I assume the schedule will be stacked, won't it?
Our February is
For the
I think
guys
it's our
to get
busiest
in.
month, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, both your left-hand side tyres, mate, are not happy.
Not happy.
55 or 25.7 is
Okay.
is not the recommended window for GT4s.
There's a little bit of a train up ahead, so we might be able to.
Yeah, that seems to have.
That's one way to
Who's
get.
at the head of that? Oh. Oh, it's just... That's one way to gain time.
Yeah, so we're 3 times up after that. Beautiful sector.
Did you get a warning for it?
I did
Or...
indeed.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is that a no time gain or actually a proper warning?
Yeah, I think with hindsight, the Porker maybe wasn't the car for me. I'm trying to think. When it comes to GT4s, it's usually the Merc I drive, but
You're a front engine man,
I am
aren't
a front
you?
engine man, yeah.
Yeah.
42 nines, what we did, 43 fives. Okay. Bit of time to be found then.
Yeah. But it's going to be tough with your tyres being soggy messes on the left-hand side, yeah.
Yeah, understeer's starting to come in.
That's the tyres, mate, yeah. So on the new patch, I can't tell you how sensitive tyre pressures are. And so many people overlook it. If same with GT3s and even cars or even classes or cars that don't use the new DHE 2020 tyre, they still, to me anyway, and from our testing, it still feels like they've tweaked so that if you're outside that window, the car just doesn't work. Just refuses to work.
Yeah.
So, whereas before the new patch dropped, it, you could almost run a little bit under or over and it'd be quite forgiving. Now it gives you no grip.
Sure.
So, which is what you're experiencing right now, I'm afraid, mate.
It's alright, there's 6 minutes left, 4 laps. I didn't realise just how bumpy Alton Park is,
Yeah. Porsche GT3 Cup cars would be mega around here.
Actually, yeah, that's true. It's I guess it kind of brings the value of the Porsche Cup cars back into play now, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, tracks like this are made for cars like that, like the one make cars.
Yeah.
You know, because it will produce close racing. It
Mhm.
will produce close racing.
I mean, even GT4s. I mean, this Alton Park's like a perfect track for it. For GT4s. Whereas they'll feel a bit slow at somewhere like Donington,
Yeah, for sure.
a GT4. Whereas here, where it's a bit busier, and the track's nice and narrow. It's they feel kind of well suited. Well, Panky's on the move, mate, 'cause he's just done Dan Suzuki as well. So
He's on the move.
we have 54 people watching as well at the moment. No pressure.
Ah, it's alright. Pressure's off at the moment. That's all gone from the tyres. It's just not happening.
Let's go fastest lap in true Sebastian Vettel style then. Final lap.
Spinella, yeah.
Spin. When he used to tell Rocky to, or when Rocky used to tell him to slow down on the last couple of laps, and he'd just bang in the fastest lap for fun.
That was
Back in the Red Bull days.
a nice time to be a Seb fan. Unfortunately, nowadays it's
It
not.
was. Oh, it's a good time to be a Seb fan, I think, this season, mate. Don't lose hope.
He hasn't suddenly forgot. He hasn't suddenly forgot how to drive. He is a 4-time champion.
This is true. Very true.
He's won in every category he's competed in.
Have you seen? I believe Peugeot announced their new. Was it their WEC team? I believe.
Oh, mate, have you seen their lineup?
It's a very, very strong lineup.
I mean, you've got people like Loic Duval in there, ex-Audi factory drivers, you know, that kind of stuff. Just, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what these new cars are going to drive like. And I'm very interested to see at Le Mans how, like, the IMSA LMDH and the LM, the hypercars, how they mix together. Because obviously they'll be run on the same BOP.
Ah, there you go.
And Porsche's LMDH as well, so they're not in the hypercar category, for example. So it's going to be interesting. So we got 2 to go, mate. 2 to go.
We'll start pushing the limits of the car and the track, I believe.
Let's go out in style.
Go out in style, a blazing flame of glory.
There we go.
Now, I'm not sure what circuit we're at next. I have
Okay. Is it GT3s next, or is it GT4 again?
yeah, GT3.
Okay.
I have done
What car are you going to pick, by the way, Josh, for
Oh,
GT3?
our dearly beloved. We're gathered here
Okay.
to drive the Bentley,
The big boat.
the big boat.
See, this chicane here is a classic case of slow in, fast out, and it's so easy to be too greedy on the entry there.
100%. Oh, it's just so... Like, if you just rest on that curb at all, it just bounces and it pushes you out, you know?
Mm. In hindsight, if we had more practice, we should have raised the front ride height and balanced the splitter and ride height out with it.
Mm.
But we literally had 30 seconds. to just throw something together.
Alright, one more lap. Let's see what we can achieve.
Oh, you're only 3/10. Yeah, you're losing only 3/10, mate. With the tyres the way they are, that's pretty reasonable. Who's actually leading the race? If you tab, who's on the timetable?
Can't see, I'm afraid, mate. I can't scroll.
Oh, have you not got? I thought you would have. Have you got? Didn't know if you had a button bound or like the keyboard nearby. Because if you press tab, you can see
Oh,
the
yes.
overall. I was just curious.
In a rare state of affairs, pineapple and pizza is
Fine.
leading the race. From Niels Nauyux.
So Nils is slower than a pineapple pizza.
And we always said pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Yeah. Are you a pineapple or non-pineapple man, mate?
Well,
Think carefully here before you answer.
I know we've got a viewership here, and I don't want to upset anyone, but I think pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I am of the same opinion, mate. I don't think pineapple should either be on pizza.
There you go, folks. Beautiful harmony here at the SimGrid.
Majority verdict.
There we have it. There's a 20-minute race around Old Sim Park. So it's a good circuit. It visually looks very good. Like I said, force feedback wise, it's certainly interesting, and I think for multi-class racing, it's going to be a right pain. But like James says, it could be really good for some hot lapping, I believe.
If you're interested in like, not carnage, that's the wrong word, but if you're interested in like a really challenging race, then like a multi-class race around here is literally up your street, isn't it? Like if you really are only interested in that kind of challenge. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a track that frustrates a lot of people, especially if you're quicker.
So the results: pineapple and pizza leads Niels.
Please find out who that is, by the way. That is really intriguing.
I think we have to. I think it's the only appropriate way to do it.
Sherlock Holmes, that I want to know. Who is Mr. Pizza? Chuck Norris didn't finish last.
Chuck Norris did not. He finished ahead of D. Schrute. Do you think that's Dwight Schrute? Do you think there's maybe some code names going on here? Okay, right. We're gonna cut to a short advert break whilst I find the password for the next server, and then we'll roll on back. And we are back. We are still waiting for the server to go up, guys. So at the moment there is nothing to report. But James, obviously we've got either Donington
I can
Park.
see you now.
You can
Hello,
see me now.
by the
Hello,
way.
everybody. Yeah, we have either Donington Park or we have Snetterton will be coming up next. Out of those two circuits, what's kind of your memories, your favourites? What do you think is going to be the best to drive when it comes to ACC? What are you kind of thinking?
Well, I've driven both in real life.
Oh, okay.
It's and they do pose different challenges. In terms of Donington's probably the more challenging to drive and get right, and it's more rewarding. But Snetterton has a great flow to it.
Yeah.
So I like them both. Have you driven? You've driven Donington, haven't you?
I've driven Donington, not Snetterton.
Yeah. Okay.
But I must say, by comparison to real life Donington, I must say it's quite accurate. It's a good effort from the Kunos team. I know how much work they put behind this stuff, and I think you'll be impressed as well, as will everybody in
Yeah, I
chat.
haven't seen it yet, obviously. So this is good. I look forward to seeing how it looks if it is Donington.
Definitely. And I've just seen Mats Johansson has posted in chat. He has said, "Is pineapple pizza tortellini?" And that might not be the worst shout in the world.
I don't think it is because he's got a race at Imola tonight.
Oh, okay. Perhaps, maybe not then. Maybe not.
I don't think so. And he isn't in a Porsche.
Ah, this is true. And if it was tortellini, he'd be in a Porsche, wouldn't he? He's a big Porsche fan.
He would be. He is a massive Porsche fan. So it's a good shout though, but I don't think it is him. That's a good shout, but I think he is engaged elsewhere.
Definitely.
Tonight.
Well, as I mentioned, we're going to be driving the Bentley Continental this evening, whilst we wait for the server to pop
We
up.
also haven't discussed the incredible news, by the way, today, Josh. Or have you already?
Which is?
Season 2 of the World Cup, of course.
Yes, of course, James. Obviously, you know, we were both racing it together last year, didn't we?
We did. We were teammates.
It's gone up a gear this year, hasn't it? Pardon the pun. And with the likes of VCO obviously being announced today as a partner, are you excited for the championship and what it might bring?
Amazing. I mean, this is new ground for ACC, isn't it? I mean, no one has gone up to this kind of scale or professionalism in the way that a proper prize money is being offered. A proper title sponsorship, incredible tracks, and I imagine when the entry list gets released, it is going to look pretty tasty, isn't it?
Definitely. We've certainly had some regular names, I suppose, that you'd expect to join the World Cup, but also some names that perhaps aren't common in ACC that have expressed an interest, and I think it's going to be awesome. Obviously, the calendar got announced today as well, didn't it? So we've got at Mount Panorama, we've got Nürburgring in there, Imola as well, I believe. I mean, any circuit that takes your particular fancy as a favourite?
Oh, looking at that list, I've done a couple of Bathurst endurance races now.
Yeah.
And it's that consistency and that ability to not make a mistake rewards you massively. So I think that's a race I am really looking forward to.
Definitely.
Watching. And also Donington. I mean, 12 hours of Donington is going to be tough, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I think Donington's quite deceptive, really, isn't it? Because as a circuit, you look at it and you go, okay, it's not overly complex in terms of the corners.
No.
But they just keep coming at you, don't you? There's very little time to actually have a break and kind of prepare for the next set of corners.
Yeah, and you're not going to, in a 12-hour race at Donington, and it's raining, it might be a bit dark, you're going down the Craner curves into the old hairpin. I mean, there's a lot of corners that can bite you. Good challenge.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to add a different dimension to the World Cup. New tracks on there are always a good challenge, and 24 hours of Nürburgring is going to be exceptionally tough.
Yeah, I was just bringing up the calendar there now so people can
Yeah.
have a look and see kind of what's going on. yeah, it's looking really promising. Looks like there's going to be plenty of action. And I believe our server for race 2 has just gone up. So we will get that searched and turned in.
Which track is it, Josh?
Donington Park, like we
It is Donington.
like we had predicted. So we'll go Team Parker. Obviously, they displayed some participation in British TT, so we'll pay some homage to them, and we'll jump in there. I don't know why I didn't accept that livery there. Let me try that again.
Denied you.
Denied
you big time there.
There we go. And if I hit
Confirm.
wrong password as well. It's all going wrong.
Oh,
Well, was that the correct password? It was. There we go. We are loading in.
awesome. And the
Get rid of the poster.
calendar can drop.
Can do that. And World Cup calendar. We'll hide that and hit delete. There we go. And here we are, guys. I'll get rid of my face, and you can follow along with the lovely times of James as we drive along. So, looking at the grid, quite a mix here. Got quite a few McLarens, quite a few Lamborghinis actually.
Porsches.
And Porsches.
Oh, it's a mixed class, mate. It's mixed class.
It's good. All right, so
Oh.
let's fire up the aggressive preset and kind of see what we're looking at here. We'll drop.
I mean, literally. Oh, you haven't got long, have you? Oh God. This is like giving me twitchy eye. Trying to. I mean, you think of it. It's a bit like Kyalami, right?
Okay.
Donington. Think of it a bit like Kyalami, in that regard.
Sure.
I would. And with Kyalami, you want to max downforce.
Okay.
So definitely increase the wing to 10. I would start with a ride height of 75.
Yep.
And mechanical grip. Let's go to mechanical grip.
Sure. There you go.
And there's not really many areas that are very slow speed apart from the Melbourne Loop, really, is there? There's not really many big
No.
traction zones. There's quite a few aero corners, so I would bump stop range is good. I'd increase the rear arm by 2 clicks and just stiffen the rear wheel rate by 1 click all round as well. And then let's just go to tyres quickly. I'd knock a chunk of rear toe off as well.
So what's it like?
That's rear toe only. Go down to like 0.1. And then seeing the temperature, I'd bump the pressures all round up by 0.3 and then send it, and at least then you've got a couple of laps of data to work off for quali.
Yeah.
To understand where your pressures need to be.
Sure. All right, let's give that a shot then. So we've got a 10-minute quali and then a 1-hour race after that. So
It's a 1 hour race.
a
Nice.
1-hour race with a pit stop. So
Okay.
a bit of fluidity, but here is Donington for. Those of
You don't drive like this, do you, mate?
I do, mate. Why does
Is this your view?
It is. It is.
Where I can't. That would trigger me. I can't see any of the dash.
What do you need to see the dash for, mate?
Just so I know. Just so I know what I'm doing, gear wise, and yeah, that is Gregor's field of view. That is letterbox. That is too low for me.
We can make some adjustments. It's not an issue. We can do that for the viewers.
I'm joking,
as
mate.
well.
You drive however you want to. It's your, you're driving. I definitely think you're probably going to need to reduce your brake ducts though. They're on like 4 and 3, weren't they? And it's like 20 degrees.
Yeah.
So.
Interestingly enough, if you go to blog.thesimgrid.com, you can see, or pits.thesimgrid.com it is now, you can see a whole bunch of articles. Likewise on Coach Dave Academy, there's some content on there, and one of the articles coming out soon will be how to get an ideal FOV. So you can watch this broadcast, watch that article, and then make your assessment there. So interestingly enough, we've got a multi-class race here, it would look like. Some GT4s.
Clear on the right.
A little bit more.
So Josh, I have just had a power cut in my house.
Oh dear.
So I am now calling you from my phone
Okay.
on 4G,
Uh-huh.
showing commitment to the cause. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back on my PC, mate.
That is. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, pal. It's
Man down.
man down. We've lost the wizard.
Wizard is going to go back onto the SimGrid stream.
Uh-huh.
So, if it's not internet issues, it's power issues.
the joys of the world.
Now, because I'm on my speaker watching the stream, is my voice too echoey? Is it okay?
It's perfect, mate. Absolutely perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think at the moment we're suffering a little bit from the front end's a bit sluggish.
Okay.
So we'll complete this lap and then
Pressures need to come up, brake ducts need to come down because your outside edges of your tyres are getting cold, I can see, on the widget. So you either run less camber or less ducts, basically, to retain more heat. So given there's quite a lot of high-speed corners at Donington, you don't want to sacrifice your camber too much, do you?
no.
On the front. So yeah, I'll definitely knock the brake ducts down. How does Donington drive, mate?
It's nice. I mean, it feels very, realistic, for lack of a better term. The road surface it's a lot less. There's a lot less feedback coming in compared to the likes of Oldham Park, but you can still very much feel the car and how it's behaving, and visually, it's near on identical, like I say, to how it normally looks. So we shall do this. Return to garage.
Oh, you do not need to accommodate me, mate.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. And then, okay, so in terms of mechanical grip, maybe do you want to drop the ARB slightly? Let that front end roll more?
Yeah, so the front springs are pretty stiff, aren't they?
1600, yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely knock the ARB down by 1.
Uh-huh. Aero-wise?
And yeah, so were you getting any kind of lift off oversteer? Were you getting any kind of instability under braking? Anything that would limit you to up the rear ride height?
No, I think we should be okay. Top it.
Yeah. So do you want to increase the rear ride height a bit more for? I wouldn't go up too much because you're then starting to reach the threshold of the Bentley. I'll go up to 2 mil from where you were.
Okay, so yeah, 76, that's fine. Brake ducts? What we say?
Definitely lower.
So like 3 and 2?
3 and 2, yeah, and I wouldn't touch the pressures then because
Should
the
bring them
pressures
up.
will come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And brake bias. What's your brake bias at the moment?
Brake bias at the moment is 65.6.
Definitely bring that down.
What are we thinking, like 64, 63?
60.
Oh,
Start with high 63s, 63.8.
Very good.
okay.
Cool.
That's fine, we'll do that. And we'll give that a twirl for qualifying then.
Yeah.
20 on 26 with a nice warm circuit, so
Yes, currently the whole street is out.
oh dear.
So
Let's see what happens. I spot we got Mr. Roman Monti in a Bentley as well up ahead. Not the only one.
that's your main competition.
That's it. Just a man who knows a thing or two about driving.
In a Bentley as well.
Exactly.
Jardy wants to give you a bit of Morse code.
I know, he's
Clear on the right. Clear on the right.
don't know why he was on the brakes so early there. That was close.
So that tyre barrier on the inside there,
Uh-huh.
for the viewers' benefit, can that be moved as well?
It can indeed, yeah, which is quite cool. It's
Okay.
a new element, isn't it, to the simulator?
Yeah.
A little detail, but it makes a big difference. I have a feeling we're running a bit too much wang here, mate. The Aston seems to be pulling away like there's no tomorrow.
We can trim it down for the race if you'd like.
Yeah, give a...
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Track grip is very low, so we see a lot of people kind of sliding about.
Yes. You've actually caught Jardy back up a little bit in this sector.
There you go. See? Right on cue.
No, there we go.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Yeah, pressures are still low, mate.
They are, aren't they?
I think that's where you've been running wide on the grass a little bit. But yeah, they're not optimal.
Not yet. Yeah, we'll finish this lap and then give them a little fix.
Yeah, you've still got 6 minutes. It's quite a short lap here actually in a GT3, isn't it?
Yeah, it's... I'm sure there was
It's
someone in
Solder.
chat was saying...
Solder-esque in terms of its length.
Ah, okay.
Yellow flag.
129, look. Only a couple of seconds slower than Zolder. How aggressively can you cut that chicane based on your testing so far?
It looks like there's quite a bit of play in it. I think I've maybe got a couple more meters left. Be interesting
Okay.
to test and see. Wow, just a little bit too late there. Punished for it.
Oh, you've lost all your time.
Got the lane, this is me, your first person.
Yeah, yeah. Jump back to the pits then, mate.
Cut detected.
Right, let's have a look then, shall we? So let's go up. 1, 2, 3.
That needs to come up 0.5 at least on the rear right left, 0.3 rear right, and then 0.2 front right.
Okay, sweet. Front end still quite sluggish, but I don't know if that's just because it's fast grip and it's, you know.
Yeah. You could go up one more on the rear bar
Okay, we'll try that.
to 5
And then in terms of the
to get more.
rear wing, what we reckoning? Come down a click and a couple of mil, or
Go 9. Yeah, go 9.
okay.
Leave the same
Okay,
right height
sweet.
and send it.
There's somebody in the pit lane that's stuck with the rev with their foot on their throttle. I don't know who it is, but just for reference, we're 2.28 on fuel usage.
Okay, I'm not. I've lost my tool now because I'm off my PC. So I'm going to be of zero help to you there for this race.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Doesn't the SimGrid have a fuel calculator, Josh?
Oh, it does. There you go. I will. That's a good little plug there. We'll use that. We'll use that.
I've heard it's extremely accurate.
Just got to add a bit extra for the outlap, and
Yep.
we're sorted. Mr. Honzik is behind us again. He's following us round, I think.
Well, you've got half a second in the final corner,
Yeah,
at least.
we know that. That's for sure.
You were going for the motocross berm line there, weren't you?
I will pretend to agree. Right. Let's see what this Bentley can do. Bit early on there. Okay. Tires still just aren't up to pressure yet.
Yeah, it's going to take an extra lap.
See how greedy we can get here. Oh, not that greedy.
Oh, Josh.
It's alright, we got time, we got time.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
It's spin it or win it now.
It's the only way, mate, it's the only way. I suppose when you go in blind testing, this is all we can really do.
Yeah, yeah, you got no reference, have you?
Oh man, it's just not a happy bunny through turn 1. So there's no way that was a valid line through there.
No, that was a chunk of gravel.
Oh, it will not turn.
Session is now over.
Oh no, no, no.
Oh, Josh.
I need a new front end, mate. We've got no turning. Need to, I don't know what we can do here.
Let's have a look. So, is traction okay?
Traction's okay, yeah.
Let's lower the rear toe a little bit more then.
Okay. So we'll
Let's halve it, 0.05.
0.05, yeah.
No, other way. Yep, other way, that's it. Cool, let's look at mechanical grip. She doesn't want to turn.
No, for turn 1 in the last turn, it's just,
So when you hit the brake, is it under braking? So as you're trailing off the brake.
yeah, yeah.
Thinking. You want a bit more load over the front tyres, don't you?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, let's soften the front slow bump.
Yeah, no worries, okay.
So
Slow
don't
bump.
really want to... Slow bump. Yeah, let's be quite drastic on that. Let's go down 5 clicks to 10.
Okay.
This is all guesswork, obviously, because I haven't got a histogram in front of me. But and on my phone. But if you wanted it to pitch a bit more, you see. So
Yeah.
is there anything on power or mid phase that you need to change?
I think on exit, it's because it could be the track grip. You know what I mean? It's a little bit slidey, but I think it's just the track grip.
Yeah. It's only 21 degrees and a fast track, but
Yeah. Okay, so refueling's not allowed for the session despite the stop. What?
okay.
So I guess someone in chat said 121.
That sounds like a lot for an hour at Donington.
I was gonna say, should we crank the numbers and work out? Let's see.
Go to the sim grid. But I could be wrong. I mean, this...
Fuel estimator. We got a minute left. We got plenty of time. All right, total race time is 0100. Average lap time is gonna be, what were we doing? 126s. Should we say? 1 minute 26. 42 laps. Fuel per lap was what, 2.28. And the tank capacity.
What's it saying?
20.
30 seconds.
Fuel needed 96 liters apparently.
Okay. I'll just take like 107 to be safe.
20
Yeah.
seconds.
On 26, you weren't doing 126s, are we?
10
No,
seconds.
front runners were though.
Okay. Pizza again.
So we need to stop.
Go in
We
single
need to change
file.
tires and stop. That's fine then. So if we do this, change tires. Are the right pressures? Looks about right.
Did you adjust the pressures up slightly or not?
Yeah, we went up very slightly.
Okay, cool.
Let's leave that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. How bad can it be?
Do not say that.
We got Mr.
You're not
Logan.
allowed to say that. Right, I've got power again.
What's up with the Mercedes in the
So-
mirror? What Mercedes? I didn't see a Mercedes. Somebody's broken down already. Okay.
You got out qualified by Mr. Git.
Mate, we do not talk about that here. Tell you what, I'll be excited for when the CDX setups come out for these tracks. I think it will be interesting to see. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, we've got 12 GT3s. So we've got 90. It's 12, 6, 18. Yeah, we've got 20 cars worth of setups to do on 3 circuits.
Nice. That's good.
So we're going to be very busy for the next 4 or 5 weeks. But tomorrow we'll spend the whole day lapping around the 3 tracks just to find out the perks, the bop, find out what the car's like.
Will we see you then on the daily racing? Will we see the Coach Dave guys there?
You may see us make an appearance.
Good stuff.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Right, here we go. Let's see what happens. 1 hour, Donington.
What's your aim? Survive?
We're P13. Yeah, I think we'll get top 10. Let's just...
Okay.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, that Lambo is...
That was a great jump.
Stick their nose in. Maybe not yet. Oh, that McLaren is... He was making me
Struggling.
nervous there.
Clear on the left.
Let him go.
He was snaking.
Let's drop the...
That was a solid start, mate. A solid start.
one position away from our target. Oh no, just no turning.
You're expecting too much of the front.
I think so, mate, I think so.
You're pushing it too much on the front. And it's lap 2. You haven't got the tyres up to temperature yet.
Oh no, my tyres are gone.
In.
Yeah, it feels good, Donington. It feels very similar to the sensations you get at kind of Imola and Monza, I think,
Yeah.
in terms of the force feedback, you know?
So does Awesome Park does it just murder your wrists?
It does. It will make you turn down your force feedback, that's for certain.
I'm not sure whether you need to run race fuel.
No?
Oh, he says your requirements down the bottom was a tyre change. Look.
Yeah, that's true. But it said, in the setup screen, it said refueling is not allowed during the session.
Hmm.
So, I'm not sure, but... we'll see what happens. We got time, we got time.
Yeah.
You can see Roman's up ahead, either being hustled or hustling. He's got a bit of traffic.
You're actually catching that train quite quickly.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, you're dropping down behind you.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I think even around here, like we were saying before, the cup cars will be great. It was
Yeah.
nose to tail.
They just produce good racing full stop. The Cup cars. I wish more people drove them. They're fantastic fun.
Gaining on the car in sector 1. Well done, mate. Personal best.
Oh, gotta run.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Benny seems good down there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if the McLaren's struggling or what, but we've definitely got more pace in the car.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
One McLaren down, on to the next one.
I have transferred.
Oh! You sound even
Yeah, I'm
more
back.
crystal clear now, mate.
Back on the mic. That's good, mate. We're top 10 now.
See how we get on in a bit of open air. Oh, the grip through there. It's nice. It's nice.
Does the car feel better? I think has the track gone optimum now?
I assume it must have, yeah. It's coming alive now. That's good.
We're going forward. Look, yeah. I mean, even the pack up ahead aren't getting away that quick.
So much of the circuit is just about getting your braking right and being able to just get that rotation on the car.
Mm. You lose most of your time in slow corners. Racing driver 101, that is.
Personal best.
Spend more time in them.
Oh, and the back marker. GT4 train has started.
That's a GT3 car.
Oh no!
That's Mr. Git, yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Git. It's
You
all
just
love,
insulted
mate.
him for calling him a GT4.
Oh, oh, no, no, no.
Car on the
Ah,
right.
what a gent.
Clear on the right. Warning for
Ah,
Well,
okay.
you can take that really fast, can't you?
Don't think the stewards agree, unfortunately.
Oh, did you get a track pen for that?
I got a
didn't
warning,
s-
yeah.
I can't see it. Nice, mate. Good pace. You can clear the two ahead of you. I think you'll be able to catch the others.
Fingers crossed, mate. Get in the mix. Oh, it's just through that corner with such a good run when I don't put it in the grass.
Thought you were gonna send it then.
No, no, not quite yet. I will now, though.
Car
Yeah,
on the right.
definitely
Clear
worth.
on the right.
100% worth, mate. Go for it. Yeah.
Just sneak my rather large Bentley through here. Who's up next? Roman?
I am quite disappointed actually. The guys in some chat have highlighted a very good point. Where is the rain?
Where is the rain? We were told it'd be rain. Well, we told it would be variable weather.
Where have we heard that before, Josh?
Well, anyone who's accustomed to
To the ACC weather gods.
to be fair, talking of weather, it is something that's been mentioned that has been looked at, so
That's good.
don't think I can go into specifics about it, but
No. That's
those
good.
of you who are Weather Watch fans will hopefully be happy. Oh, that's loose.
That's the grass, Josh. That's why. Dipped your outside or your
Yeah.
left hand rear on the grass.
Oh man, I love it because I think this is what it's about. You know, it's that punishment. If you get it wrong, you know,
Yeah.
the circuit bites back, kind of thing.
It's not Paul Ricard.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, she's so slow through there, but looks, to be fair, like everybody's struggling out that corner.
The car in front in sector 2.
Dwight Schrute. There he is.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Was that an O I heard?
that was a squeeze in. That was the moment there.
Plenty of
I
space.
wasn't sure if he was going to give you the space or not.
It's such a weird corner, that one. You know, you have to be so progressive on the throttle otherwise the back end just kind of.
Hmm. What TC are you running 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of car setup, maybe for anyone who's watching, any advice?
That will be car being loaded like that. That could be dampers,
Okay.
or ride height. One of the two, really. At that speed, it's not really mechanical because at that speed, you're not really tyre limited.
Sure.
Or you are tyre limited because obviously you're spinning them, but it's not. It's more aero / damper related, really.
Mhm.
Is there any bumps on the exit there? I can't really obviously see because I'm not driving, or can't feel it because I'm not
Because
driving.
am I driving? No, it doesn't feel like it, to be fair.
Okay.
It kind of feels like it's been a Donington that's been resurfaced. Now, I don't know when the last time Donington actually got a resurfacing, but it definitely feels... It's very smooth, which is kind of what I was saying about Monza, and even Imola in some regard.
Yeah, that looks like a slight ride height tweak we'd need to make on the rear there. / damper.
Sure.
When are you going to pit? You're just going to go half and half?
Well, what do you reckon, mate? I mean... We're pretty fluid on this stuff, so...
Yeah, it depends on when... Depends, I guess, on traffic and time. Time lost. And also reacting to others.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think the cars ahead are doing mid-28s, it looks like, so we're not... I think if we got the strategy right, we could actually gain some time. Or do we go for the Nico Rosberg pit really early and then just run to the end? Oh, there's a bump there. Was that the bump you were talking about?
Well, I was thinking on the exit of the corner you were struggling in, just in case it was induced the traction issues. But yeah, train of curves, that was a big bump.
Tell you what, that AstroTurf is very slidey as well.
Good. It's good. Stop people abusing the track limits, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, our pace is good.
Now, I did help Roman during SRO with some setup tips, so I'm hoping he'll be kind to us. But I have a strange feeling, probably not.
He's not gonna. He's a racing driver, mate. He's not gonna give you the red carpet. Come on through, Josh. gain my position. You need to stop hitting the grass, mate, because your pressures are down to 26.9 and 27.0 on the left-hand side.
Okay. Is that just from like curb strikes and Astro?
Mostly hitting the grass on the exit of the old hairpin and the corner before the double right there.
Okay. Spy some
Losing to the car.
GT4s up in the distance.
Yeah, you might be able to use him.
I remember on the original AC, I used to love driving around here with the Janetta, so it'll be interesting to see by comparison how it feels on ACC. I think it'll be, you know, Daunton is feeling really nice, and although there's not much to look at, it does look quite cool. Visually, it's quite impressive.
I did notice there was a plane in the sky as you went past.
There is indeed, yeah.
The lap previous to that. Have they actually modelled planes flying through the sky? Have they? That's very interesting.
Right, I think I'm gonna have to start avoiding the curbs. Pressure loss.
Yep. I did tell you, mate.
Oh, Gergo!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So I wonder then, at the stop, do we need to go a bit higher on the pressures?
Yes.
Okay.
Because especially if you're going to carry on abusing the curbs, you want a safety net.
So I have a strange feeling I didn't ask the pit stop reset to use
Clear on the
current
left.
pressures.
I think you would be correct, yes.
Oh.
Good luck.
I don't suppose anyone in chat saw that we what we used.
Would you like me to rewind the stream, Josh?
Well, if you're feeling generous, mate.
What's it worth?
I don't know, mate. What do you need it to be?
I will do it. I will do it as a friend as well as a
Thanks,
colleague.
mate.
Let me go back.
Oh, okay. It's a bit odd. Why snap back thrust?
Clear on the right.
Do you know what I'll do, James?
What will you do,
if we
Josh?
finish in 5th place or above, I will give away 5 copies of the new DLC. You heard it here first.
That is a massive incentive.
I know, right?
Let's do this. Let's make some people's night, mate. Let's do this.
Exactly.
No pressure.
Well, we're not too far off, are we? What are we? 4 places off, but that train's up there, so
Maybe we go for an early pit.
maybe we
Try
go
and
for a
jump
mad
him.
undercut, yeah.
Would you like to know the pressures now?
By all means, mate.
Or
Give me 2 seconds.
there's not really a straight long enough to start messing around with them without hitting another corner, really. Is that... Oh, that's wide, Roman.
Front left?
It is 25.9, but I'd bump that up 0.3.
Alright, so 26.2. Alright. Yep.
So go 26. 26.2. The rear left
Uh-huh.
is 26.4, and I've bumped that up.
26.7.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then right front is 26.3. And I've bumped that up 0.2.
Right front, so 26.6. Yep.
And 26.6 on the rear right.
Okay.
And the rear right's fine, pretty much, isn't it? It's not really
Yeah, it's right in that
suffering.
window.
Yep, so. Fuel to add. Oh, you can't. Oh, yeah, you can't even add fuel at the pit stop. They have actually turned that off, but
All good.
not allowed. So yeah, you couldn't even cheat the system.
What I could do if though is getting past Mr. Monty here.
Do you pit now?
This early. Go for the mad undercut.
37. What do you think, mate?
I think that is a
Did-
GT4 off.
Oh, Chuck Norris. Chuck
Oh,
Norris
he's
has
coming
sent
back.
it. He's gonna. He's gonna send you to the shadow realm.
That's it. I mean, 5 and 6 are battling. Oh no, sorry, is that 6 and 7?
Maybe give it 2 laps. Maybe go like 35 to go, or
Alright.
just before 35,
Okay,
and then try and run the undercut.
Okay, so I can attack the curbs now, I suppose, can't I, if we're going to stop?
Yeah.
Full send.
Unless you box now, because you have got GT4s coming up.
Yeah, should we go for it? Should we box?
Box now. Yeah, let's go aggressive, man. We've got nothing to lose.
It's a slow car.
Let's go aggressive.
Oh, the GT4s are going everywhere.
Oh my god, they're like
There.
Skittles.
Oh, and there's a crash up ahead.
Yeah, eat as.
Stay there. Right, this could be...
Yeah, I would box. Let's go. Let's be aggressive. Let's go. Let's do this. Have you done a pit entry yet?
No. But that seemed alright, that seemed alright.
That was good, mate. Yeah.
Now it's all about hitting those marks. Oh, this is bumpy. This is bumpy. Come on, car.
Has he done it?
Oh, no.
Oh, we've just lost 2 seconds.
Box, indeed can. 21 seconds. It's alright. I think with the battling going on ahead, we should be able to get away with it.
Do you think?
Yeah. Just gonna have to put in a mega outlap, I suppose.
Do not hit the grass.
Yes, boss.
Otherwise, we're just going to go into a vicious circle because it's even more sensitive.
Okay.
I mean, the tyres are still under pressured.
Copy. How are we looking? We're gonna come out. Oh, we're gonna get blue flagged at this rate, I think.
No, you're good. You're good. You've still got 5 seconds to Nils. And he's only doing 28 ones, so.
The pit is now open.
Oh no!
I think on. What?
Oh, mate, I think there was a pit window that we literally just missed by about 4 seconds.
Oh!
No way!
I didn't know that we had a mandatory pit window, mate.
There was no visual prompt. I don't know, but I couldn't see anything on stream.
Let me look back.
Tell me we didn't just miss that by like literally seconds. It was literally as I came out the pits he said it.
That is correct, yeah.
No way.
That was when I was having my power cut, mate, so I couldn't see the things on the requirements.
Do we need to box again? I guess we have to.
Yeah, it does say pit window when I've gone back in the stream, mate, so.
Oh no.
Just keep going, I'll box at the very end.
Well, there's
Just
only
keep
8
going
minutes of
to-
the...
Yeah, it's at the very end of the window, I mean.
Okay.
Don't box again straight away. Because you might as well make the use of the new tyres now.
The car is exiting the pit.
What a disaster.
Oh, Joshua.
Mate! Oh dear. I just couldn't see anything on the... Maybe I was being blind.
Yeah,
but-
it's top right. It's top right. They've moved it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's in the requirements top right box. So.
Oh, that's gutting, that is.
Yeah, just keep going. Just smash out some quali laps. See what your pace is like, actually, because we've got a good reference to Nils, who's what, doing 28 ones, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So. Nice.
Corsa steps so far. There's a car exiting pit lane.
28-1, yeah. It's only 2 or 3 temps off.
Just goes to show then, mate. The race that could have been.
I was going to say, just to show it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Blessing and a curse.
we jumped Roman as well.
Oh, by like 5 seconds as well.
By 5 seconds,
Oh,
yeah. So,
disgusting behaviour.
what a shame.
Mr. Paul Jeff. Oh, he's going defensive.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Disgusting.
The pit stop is actually quite punishing here, isn't it?
Yes, thank you for
Like,
the
you
reminder,
can-
James.
You can quite easily go a lap down though, can't you? It's going to be a big overlap in races
Yeah, for sure.
with mandatory tops. Where if you go long, you're going to stay out. The guys coming out of the pits that are front runners are still maybe going to risk being a lap,
Yeah, for sure.
lap down. So because it's such a quick lap here. Mate, you're flying.
We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was close.
Yeah, so you're going to have to box like next lap or next couple of laps. Go, do 2 more. So come in on the second.
Okay.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
She feels really nice as well.
The car,
Yeah.
amazing.
Become a bit more alive now.
It hasn't saved your pressures either.
It's not. That's it there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Your left rear is actually a bit high.
Oh, yes.
It's amazing how by not hitting the grass, we're now overpressured. So yeah, just leave the left. Don't bump
Oh.
them. Don't bump them. Yeah, just leave them as they are, Josh.
Okay.
Just bump the front right by point 2,
Alright.
Yellow
and then
flag
just
in
leave the
sector
others, and then just again avoid the grass, and you should be good around mid 27s all round.
Alright, shall I box now then?
Yeah, just get out. Get the pain out of the way.
Ugh.
Sorry.
No, mate, it's not. It's alright. It's a lesson learned. A lesson learned.
Blame whatever power company I'm with.
This stream is not sponsored by.
Eon.
Alright, that's gotta be it now. Yes! Queen.
That's-
We got it, we got it. Alright. So, I reckon, looking at the gaps, we are 16 seconds behind Dan Suzuki. So, do you reckon around him, maybe? Nah, can't be. It's 12 seconds
Dunno.
left in the box, isn't it?
yeah. You're gonna be.
Top 12 again. Back to where we started, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
mandatory stop is now clear. Come on, go.
Gonna be painful, mate.
It's alright. We can do it, mate. We can do it.
I'll tell you what, that pit exit is going to be a bit
Lethal.
That is going to be lethal in a long race, mate.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Right. Quali laps. That's what we need now.
Yes, boss. I'm on it.
P1 is 2.1 behind, so we need to kind of avoid
him.
getting lapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep you updated on his pace.
Okay.
But you will suffer for the first outlap on next flyer,
Sure.
which is a bit worrying. Because you might gain the time before your tyres go up to temp again. No pressure.
Go down on the TC.
Faster car coming up behind you. Pit window is closing now.
I'm gonna have to let him through, aren't I?
Yeah, do it into the Melbourne loop.
Okay.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Lambo's looking quick. 126s. Wow.
Wow. So it's Nils, P2.
Although to be fair, it doesn't seem to have the confidence into there.
Seems like the final sector where they're gaining the time.
Yeah. Is that the type of section of track though that would favour a rear-engine car, I suppose, for the...
Mid-engine, yeah, I mean, Lambo's short wheelbase, mid-engine's just got bags of traction. So, yeah, in a corner where you need high agility and then and it's NA, so instant response, you know,
Yeah.
no turbo. So yeah, it's just that kind of sector just suits it. Same with the Audi. Porsche, obviously. Porsche will be a monster in that final sector.
To be fair, we only dropped 4 attempts to him, which isn't too bad.
No, mate, your pace is good. 27 low. It's a shame the next car up the road is 27 seconds away.
Literally a stop ahead, yeah. Sean Cole? Oh, I didn't realise. Yeah, he's behind us. Fair enough. He's a great lad, Sean.
Sean Cole, I recognise that name. Where's that from?
From the sim pit.
Is that actually him?
Well, that is Sean Cole, the legend himself.
It
Yeah.
is.
I was out in Los Angeles with Kunos actually for when they first premiered this to the public.
Yeah.
Met him there, and really knowledgeable guy and a really nice guy as well. You know, his content is, I really enjoy his content. You know, I think it pairs up quite nicely with what we do at the blog, kind of in the guides and tutorials and stuff. You know.
Well, he's seen it all really in sim racing, hasn't he?
For sure, yeah. Just need to find more confidence, I think, for those two right-handers. Just commit to third.
Mm. It's not dropping you massively, to be fair, mate.
Yeah, we're not consistent enough, but it's just not. It's not quick enough. That's. Although it does look like it's. Oh, it's
Getting
gonna rain
dark?
in 30 minutes. Yeah.
Ah!
Could have done with that.
Oh, mate. This is like Spa 24 all over again.
I suppose we got a second chance to see that when we for the World Cup
Yeah.
season 2, don't we?
Well, actually, this is just like every real life F1 race for the last 3 years.
In
It
a
always
sense,
rains.
Yeah.
It always rains when they get on the podium or they're in Parc Ferme at the end, after threatening to rain for the whole race. Or forecast all week.
It's quite deceptive over there, but because it's got the it's obviously a bit blind, isn't it, before the apex?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Car on the left.
you almost have to try and guess when you turn in there,
Yeah.
final corner.
For sure. It's Chuck Norris. He's back.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh no. Oh no. There we go.
Oh. Still only 2.4 behind, mate. Like, yeah, it's a shame, really.
Well, it seems that, I don't know if it's as the track's got colder or maybe it's just with more
Bentley's
laps.
come better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's became more alive. carry a bit too much speed in there.
We'll have a Nils New York's on your 6 in a minute, mate.
Alright. Not a problem there. In his BMW.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
So we might get some quite interesting results then for this, because how does the BOP work here, Josh? Between all 3 tracks?
So it's got
Hey.
its own BOP, doesn't it, for this
Yeah.
pack, essentially. Which I believe rolls back to 2019, because that was the last time that these cars all drove, you know, at this circuit, or these circuits, plural.
So it'll be a 2019 BOP that's also separate from the World Challenge BOP as well.
Exactly, yeah. So
So you could get some funky races, couldn't you, once people are up to speed, and the BMW might be a beast around here. Who knows? And the Honda. Can you imagine? The unloved cars. Nissan.
that could be it, yeah, exactly. And like you say, by the time you add in some ballast and all this kind of stuff as well, it could really some interesting combos.
The Honda in P4 actually anyway.
Is there?
Yeah. Nils is gonna send it.
Sorry, I'll run wide. I'll run
Car
wide.
on the right.
Oh.
Here on the right.
Oh, he's not happy.
He's gone deep.
Yeah, he's
Is
left
he-
that late. Yeah, I think it's interesting with each of these circuits, and you'll probably know better than me, but I kind of feel as if each of the circuits on the VGT pack they kind of help you practice a different area of driving. So Oldham Park, it's all about kind of controlling your braking and making sure you get through those corners with minimum speed. Here it's,
Yeah. Smoothness.
yeah, exactly, particularly in the last sector, just keeping that
Car on the
rear
left.
end
Oh.
from dying.
Car on the left.
Yes, this is like a momentum circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
But you got to keep your apex speeds pretty high, especially if you're like the first sector. Oh wow, you can really cut that, can't you?
No.
On the second. Oh. Why do I keep tempting fate?
2 for 2, mate. 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Let's go for the full house. Got nothing else to lose.
Another drive. Yeah, that's it.
Another driver.
I think anyone who's watching has had enough viewership of the pit lane at Donington as part of the new DLC.
Yeah. In fact, you've been through the pit lane enough times. 15 people have actually switched us off, mate, because we're now down to 35. They're like, can't keep seeing the pit lane.
Well,
Too many pit lane visits.
this is it. This is it. We just want to make sure that you see all the parts of the DLC that you wouldn't normally.
Are you gonna, at the end of the race, you can do like the F7 cam and have a look at East Midlands Airport and everything else?
We can, yeah. I mean, we can do a little tour, I suppose, if anyone has any questions. Obviously, it gets all released tomorrow, which is cool. So,
Can all go exploring.
exactly.
You don't live too far from. Where are you?
Formerly,
too far
I
from
used to live
Dover.
quite close to East Midlands.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but I'm actually probably closer to the Bentley factory now than I am to Donington. But it's a cool circuit. I like the fact that, you know, when you come in,
Car on the left.
you fly in over the circuit. you know, you kind of see the back end of it, which is quite cool.
Yeah. Someone's asking what the gravel's like.
Well,
Jonathan Hall. How does the gravel taste at Donington, mate?
I couldn't tell you. The grass, I could certainly tell you. But the gravel, we've not had any big offs yet. Saying that, it's probably going to be this lap now, but
Tempting fate.
yeah, that's
I like it. Let's keep it up.
That's a bit early. There is somebody who's coming in on our delta now. I think it was that McLaren from the start. Yeah, it is. 13 seconds up the road.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, yellow flags. That's always encouraging.
Can we gain something? But only 13 seconds off of P10. We were 20.
Be careful.
We were like 20 something behind, mate, when you came out your pit stop. 27, wasn't it? Because you remember I said
Oh,
about
yeah.
being 20 seconds down. Yeah,
Oh.
mate, we're only.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here's somebody. Oh, it's bad.
victim. Oh, okay.
Clear on the right.
Not a victim.
He must have had a collision with somebody, so maybe, just maybe, we'll see something.
Well, we got 9 minutes to go.
Oh, that's the curb, that's the curb.
Oh. Getting your dirt rally experience
Yeah.
on the go.
I think I'm starting to suffer for running TC2 for so long. It's starting to struggle. Bit of traction,
Getting a bit
bit loose.
happy on the exits, is it?
That's it.
Starting to dance around a bit. Oh, there's an apex there somewhere, mate.
So the brakes are really good on the Bentley, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know.
That's a proper don't do as I do as I say moment there.
Well, that's it. And if you need some actual proper tuition, you
Driving-
can go to the coach
Driving
name.
advice.
Yes,
Yeah.
where you can book coaching with the likes of David Perel and Jordan Pepper and Kelvin van der Linde. Is that correct?
Yes. And Gregor Shield now as well.
And Gregor Schill now as well. So you can get those guys to give you some coaching. Obviously, James and his team have been working on some epic setups, and we'll hopefully see the
Car on the right.
British GT ones added soon.
Car on the left. Clear on the
That was
left.
cheeky. Oh dear, I feel sorry for that guy.
Car on the
I
left.
didn't realise how
Clear on the left.
how much slower I guess the GT4s have to take some of the corners here.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty horrible corner now. If you catch a GT4 there, it ruins your lap, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It really
definitely.
does. Because you can't go round them. You can't, you know, it's...
There's the gaps. The car.
Follow your leader through there.
Yeah, exactly. 10 seconds.
Top.
Don't think we're gonna catch them.
top 3 GT cars for GT3 cars for 2021, mate. What do you think?
Good question, mate. You know, I think Audi are always in and amongst it, aren't they? You know, they are an outfit that they don't do a bad job. I think it could be interesting to see. Well, maybe not its top, but I think obviously Bentley they've removed a lot of their support now, haven't they? It's a lot of customer teams that are left.
It's just customer only now.
So that'll be interesting. And then I guess Lamborghini always put on a show as well, don't they? So
yeah, when they're not bopped out of the race like they were this year.
What about yourself? What's your top 3?
I don't know. I mean, the irony is like Porsche are super strong. And obviously, since the latest patch in game, the car's been severely punished.
Yeah.
So I think Porsche customer teams will be very strong. Obviously, our motorsport will be back with the Astons this year.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I think they'll be pretty strong. And I don't know, mate. I mean, I guess if there's some big McLaren customers that enter the fray, I think that'll be a really strong car if it gets proper support.
Yeah.
You know, if you get like Ben Barnicoat in a car, or Comlo de Gar, or someone. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say really. But I agree that Audi. They're like it's a terrible analogy, I don't know, but they're like a cockroach, aren't they? They just always, you can bop them, you can, WRT are always there. They just, they always competitive, doesn't matter what you do. And their driver lineups, so they've got so many factory drivers to throw in cars as well, for their customers as well, so.
And that's the thing, right, is it's easy to undervalue the importance of a factory driver,
Yeah, I mean you can chop and change drivers as you wish. It's if you can place your own drivers in like 4 or 5 different cars, you can greatly increase your chances of doing well. So, but I hope it's not too uncompetitive this year. I hope COVID hasn't killed it in terms of grid sizes, and it'll be good. It'll be nice to see, because everyone's loved GT3 racing for the last couple of years because of how close and competitive the grids are and how many cars there are.
That's very true.
Oh, hello. Here we go. This is a position, mate.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough time, mate. We're gonna be close.
Come on. 2.1 seconds.
Oh!
Oh, you sent it. Oh,
Maybe not.
mate, that was your chance, look.
Just the brakes. I pressed the pedal and nothing happened.
Someone's cut your brake lines.
It's alright. It's not over. It's not over.
Top 3 GT3 cars in game at the moment.
Good question.
Oh, that's easy. Ferrari Evo, Merc Evo, and then McLaren, and then just behind it are like the Bentley and Aston tie. So that is like the pecking order now at the moment, from our testing and from races I've been in. So yeah, Audi and Lamborghini are fast on some tracks, but have been pegged back. Oh mate, look at the rain.
Oh, there's rain on my screen.
There's rain. Oh, you got this. Look, we've still got 2 laps. 2 laps. We've got 1.5. Let's go. This is it. This is your moment. Redemption.
P1 Sebastian. Right, let's see.
Lambo Evo is good, but only on certain tracks, and it also eats its rear tyres.
Oh, I'll tell you what, mate, we're in here.
We are in here.
We've got the wipers on.
Here we go. This is the Bentley. This is the conditions, mate. This is... Oh, that is curbs. Slippy when wet.
It's yeah, it's getting very slippy, very fast. I've noticed this actually since the latest update. Is that in wet conditions.
Did you drive the stint in the Enduro Cup on Saturday, by the way, in the wet? Who drove in the wet?
I did, but I drove on wet tires.
Okay.
Oh,
Did
see
you
you later.
notice? That's it. You're done. You had it.
The stewards aren't happy about it. We got our third and final warning, but
We'll take it.
we will take it.
Offline, there was more grip away from the rubber blind. Did you notice that?
I did not know this. No.
Tip of the day.
And see, this is why the Coach Dave Academy are so good at what they do. You know, this is what happens when you spend this amount of contact time with ACC, and I think it's part of the reason the setup's hold so much value. It's not only because they make you more consistent as a driver and more fast, but because the knowledge that goes into developing them. You know, you and your team, James, you work relentlessly on every car, don't you? You learn everything about it.
Yeah, and the community. Yeah, I mean, even just invest just as much time in the community as well, making sure everyone is, learning. Increasing their knowledge. It's a major aspect, like being able to teach your customers anything from setup or driving related improvements, as well as using the products that you design allows them to become, better drivers themselves. So,
for sure.
yeah, we work on both sides of that, and yeah, I've had many sleepless nights based on the amount of hours we've put in, but yeah, you've got to do it. You've got to understand. Mate, we could get another position here.
I know.
1.5. You've been taking chunks out of this guy.
Oh, I think the rage just came a couple of laps too late.
What a shame. Dan's only 13 seconds. Look, mate, we could have had that P5.
I know, mate. We could have had it.
No.
I'm sorry, chat. Blame James.
No free copies. No free copies for anyone.
Free copies.
Oh.
I'll take that though. Top 10. That's what we aim for.
With an extra pit stop.
With an additional pit stop just to show off. No.
Yeah, you've got to be thorough and learn the cars inside out if you want to be able to know what to do with them.
For sure, for sure.
ACC is almost just as important in terms of understanding the fundamentals of car setup and dynamics, as well as you become a better driver and understanding what's going on with that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So there we have it, guys.
This is Donington.
This is a Donington. This was actually just when we caught the car up ahead, wasn't it? But there's not really, at the moment, not a huge amount to. I don't know. Is there anything specific that you want me to show?
Not really, Josh. Is there any landmarks, or is there any interesting details? There's the grass.
I don't really think
that's a very expensive lawnmower.
Exactly. I mean, that's the session finished as well. Okay, well, I think that's its way of telling us that perhaps that's enough racing for today. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for everybody who has joined us throughout our stream today. It's been awesome to have you all here. I'm going to flick that to there so you guys can see me. That was the British GT pack, which is coming out tomorrow to Assetto Corsa Competizione, including Donington. You've got Oulton Park and Snetterton. Obviously, we covered 2 of those tracks tonight, but I'm sure you'll see all 3 in action this week on Beta Delta Sim Grids, where we'll have daily racing and also during our Sim Grid events. James, thank you so much, mate, for your help tonight. It's been awesome to get a bit of an insight into the CDA and how you guys kind of work up setups and plan for new content like this. Have you got any final words of wisdom for our viewers?
Don't hit the grass.
Don't hit the grass.
Don't do what Josh does.
Don't do that. It's not what you want to do. It's not how you gain lap time.
No.
It's how you destroy your tires. And with that said, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And hopefully we will see you in the near future.